Hello, YouTube. Oh god, how do I do a video intro? Hi! I got coffee. People do that in the opening of videos. They say if they have coffee. I don't have a lot of coffee. I might put more coffee in. Today I just wanted to talk about a game that personally broke me. And when I say broke me, I mean my Steam library. And by broke me, I mean my Steam library went from constant use to nearly no use at all, because once I beat this game, I didn't want to play anything else. Only a few games have really made me feel this way. I would say Bloodborne is one of them. The first Dishonored game definitely took me for a spin. Today I want to talk about Outer Wilds, not Outer Worlds. I think everyone always mixes it up. There is no common ground between these games other than space. Like, you go to planets in both of them, you solve mysteries in both of them, you deal with ethical dilemmas that have to do with rerouting power in both of them. I'm not even joking that it's that specific. But these games are nothing alike. I don't really care to talk about Outer Worlds. It's a perfectly fine game if you like Bethesda RPGs. It's an Obsidian RPG, which basically means it's a good Bethesda RPG. Did I go that far? I don't know. I don't want to be that aggro. I just want to talk about Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds is like a survival RPG. It's like that kind of game. At first glance, it looks like a crafting game, but it's not a crafting game at all. It's not a survival game at all. This game is about time loops, but it's not about scheduling. It's not like Majora's Mask where you have to like know what time of day to show up to what place. It's kind of like that. It has that in it. But that's the thing about Outer Wilds, is that it's easier to say what's in it than it is to say what makes it good. All of Outer Wilds is set up to a 22-minute cycle. In this 22-minute cycle, the sun goes supernova. Every planet circles it a certain amount of times, and every planet goes through a few day-night cycles. During this time, you have to explore each planet to discover what the fuck is going on. And that's kind of all that the game really tells you to latch onto. Other than that, you sort of have to figure it out yourself. It's up to the player to decide what their objective is. For me, my drive was figuring out how the sun goes supernova. For other players, it was just the first mystery they latched onto. I found a log talking about the Ash Twin project pretty early on, and I spent a big portion of the game trying to just figure out what the fuck that is. Here's the thing. Whether you're trying to figure out why the sun explodes, or you're just doing the Ash Twin project mystery, or you're just exploring the planets trying to figure out what's there, you're making progress. Everything ties into each other like a brilliant book or a screenplay. All the themes work together like a cake. Fuck the book analogy. It's a cake now. We're doing a cake analogy. I dropped the book analogy. For those that aren't familiar with the Kardashev scale, this is basically a scale for civilizations. So you have type 1 civilizations, which we are not even at. A type 1 civilization has harnessed all the power on their planet. A type 2 civilization has harnessed all the power within their system. And a type 3, same thing, but with the galaxy. It's kind of, obvious once you explain it. You, a Hearthian and member of a type 1 civilization, have to explore your solar system, learning about an ancient civilization known as Nomai. The Nomai are a civilization that have harnessed the power of a solar system. They literally built a whole machine out of the solar system for you to figure out how it works. The only tool you have in the whole game is the logbook. The logbook isn't like a journal. It doesn't have quests. It doesn't have quest markers. It doesn't have waypoints. It doesn't tell you anything except for what you already learned yourself. But what's cool about that is that because this logbook and devices you can use to directly observe your surroundings, like a signal scope for audio, pictograph for visuals, things like that. Since all you have are these three simple tools, you have to observe and learn about everything. I can't tell you how many BioShock-like games have audiobooks that I just didn't even listen to. By comparison, Outer Wilds is a reading game. It's filled with logs you have to physically read, and the logs are kind of emotional. The first time I read a very specific log I found in a very specific place I can't talk about without spoiling the game, I got a little emotional. And again, since you're not given objectives and you're not given quest lines to follow, it's really just up to what you want to explore in the given moment. Sometimes I wake up and say, the game opens with a wake up sequence. Sometimes I'll wake up and say, I need to go to Giant's Deep. There's a thing on Giant's Deep. I feel like there's something there. I need to go look again. That's the kind of addiction this game causes, an addiction to mystery solving, to knowledge, to learning. It's about learning. I guess all I can say is play the game for yourself and tell me if it broke you the way it broke me.